Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. We're here on Watch Dogs Legion. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about GTA 5 and its source code apparently being leaked on the internet. So for those who are not aware of what source code is, especially for a video game, it's basically like a fundamental component for a computer program that is designed by a developer, a programmer, or anybody within that realm, to which there are things that are written in either functions, calls, or any form of operational method that a programmer would use to develop. Source code can be utilized in a way for developers and other people to format to get a better understanding of what it is that they're working with in some way, shape, or form. Now that is definitely the case for almost every video game that has been developed, especially the one game that we are going to talk about, that being Grand Theft Auto 5. Lately there have been reports going around the internet in regards to GTA 5's source code and it getting leaked onto the internet, which can be pretty catastrophic for a game like Grand Theft Auto 5, since it's a game that hasn't been safe to play in terms of its online component. Like for years, GTA Online has always been manipulated in some way, shape, or form, especially if you're playing on PC. If you were to get a hold of GTA 5 source code, it could make things a whole lot worse than we thought. So this is an article that was posted by Insider Gaming back on Christmas Day, where they talked about GTA 5 source code, even GTA 6's code, along with other files that were leaked on the internet. Transactions were reportedly being held behind closed doors with key data such as GTA 5 source code stolen by a teenager in a hotel room with a mobile device last year, changing hands in secret. It has now been shared online according to recent screenshots. I've seen some screenshots in relation to GTA 5 source code where we ended up getting information in regards to projects that were going to be in the works back in the day, but unfortunately they ended up getting cancelled, from the likes of another Midnight Club game to a sequel to Bully and plenty of other projects as well. This is a quote from Insider Gaming. There are now serious concerns that sophisticated cheats can be more freely created with the source code for GTA 5 now being in the open. Basically, the possibility of this even happening, especially when you consider that GTA Online is still not safe to play in some way, shape, or form, depending on the platform that you play on, really PC, becomes a whole lot more possible for people to create specific types of cheats or any form of software that can manipulate how GTA Online in particular is ran, which could ruin the experience for a lot of players who indulge in the online component. This is another quote from Insider Gaming. It has been determined that as many as 8 pieces of downloadable content originally destined for GTA 5's single player portion were scrapped over the years. So we were indeed going to get single player content for GTA 5 until it ended up getting canned. For so many years, people were wondering why GTA 5 never ended up getting any additional downloadable content to its single player component, especially when you consider that GTA 4 ended up getting 2 major expansions to its story mode, being The Lost and Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony, which were impressive at the time. Insider Gaming reports that it was partly because GTA Online was so successful and became such a huge moneymaker that it hogged resources, but it was also because GTA 5's story was very, very complete. These were some of the downloadable content that we were going to get for GTA 5's single player component. A Manhunt pack, which I'm assuming is a reference to one of Rockstar's older titles, in that being Manhunt. Agent Trevor, which the way I think about it, it's kind of a reference to a project that Rockstar was going to work on but ended up getting cancelled, which was a game called Agent. Enterprise pack, which kind of reminds me of the Criminal Enterprise pack that ended up releasing for GTA Online at some point. A prologue DLC, which I would assume goes into further detail in regards to the events that led up to you going to Los Santos. And the biggest one out of the bunch, a Liberty City DLC. The fact that there was a big possibility that we were going to go back to Liberty City through downloadable content for GTA 5, it would have been massive. And then we also got news earlier today by Insider Gaming that the GTA 5 source code was sold for just $2 $2,000. According to leaked DMs, a modding group has purchased the source code for the game. This is from Twitter user Dilly, who ended up posting screenshots of an exchange going on between TMP and somebody else in relation to the source code that they were talking about. We still don't know if these DMs are actually legit or not. But yeah, GTA 5 source code has now been put out there on the internet, and apparently somebody paid $2,000 to get a hold of it. It's bad enough that Rockstar Games ended up enduring a massive hack which resulted in a bunch of confidential material for GTA 6 getting leaked out there on the internet. But to see the source code for GTA 5 get leaked out there on the internet for somebody to get a hold of is really alarming. Because as a result, like, there are people who can manipulate GTA Online in any way, shape, or form, especially when they look at the material that was used within the source code to figure out exactly why the game runs as is. If you ask me, I genuinely think Rockstar needs to invest enough resources to beef up their security, because if they really want to prevent a hack like this from happening again, they really need to do something in order to ensure that these security measures are strengthened enough for them to not endure a incident like what they have endured in the past. But I gotta say, man, the downloadable content we could have gotten for GTA 5's single player mode, the possibility of being able to go back to Liberty City once again, oh my lord. People would have been coming in droves to be able to experience Liberty City once more in a fully modern type vibe that GTA 5 has. Not only that, but we also got somewhat confirmation that Bully 2 was indeed in the works at some point until it eventually got canned. But to see Bully 2 re-emerge through GTA 5 source code, it has people wondering exactly when we will actually get a full-on sequel to Bully. If you ask me, I would rather take another Bully game over a Midnight Club game, just because I think Bully will be a big enough moneymaker than Midnight Club, with all due respect. Don't get me wrong, I love Midnight Club. I think it's a really good racing game, especially since it's developed by Rockstar, but it just wouldn't be as big of a moneymaker as Rockstar's other IPs. In regards to the sequel to Bully, while it might not make as much money as like a GTA or a Red Dead Redemption, it would make enough money to the same level that a Max Payne title would, if that makes sense. Do I think there's still potential that Bully might end up getting a sequel in the future? Honestly, I still don't think so, especially since Rockstar has already invested so much into developing another Grand Theft Auto title while also working on another Red Dead Redemption title. It's clear that both of those IPs are Rockstar's biggest moneymakers, so I can't see them going back to an older IP like Bully and making a follow-up to its original title. Again, I would love for it to happen, but at this point, I doubt it's ever going to see the light of day. But yeah, I'm really hoping that with GTA 5 source code seemingly being leaked out there on the internet, I really hope it doesn't make things a whole lot worse for GTA Online, especially since, like, you know, the game has already been proven to be unsafe to play, especially on PC. I really just don't want it to get a whole lot worse than it originally was. But then again, anything can happen at this point, so it's only a matter of time until we find out what happens next. If you guys do want to check out the articles from Insider Gaming, I'll be sure to put a link down in the description so you guys can go and check it out for yourselves. It remains to be seen how this will affect GTA 6's development, especially since a year and a half ago, we obviously saw that the game ended up getting a massive leak where a bunch of its material got put out there on the internet for people to see. I'm really hoping it doesn't result in more of its material getting put out there on the internet, because if so, it wouldn't surprise me if Rockstar has to delay the game even further, and that any information regarding their next GTA title remains as minimal as possible, while simultaneously being verifiable by Rockstar themselves. But only time will tell. I'm going to assume the situation is still developing as we speak, so anything can happen from now until then. I just hope things don't get as worse as it already has. But I want to know from you guys, what do you make of the news surrounding GTA 5 source code getting put out there on the internet for somebody to get a hold of and reveal to the public? Were you excited at the prospect of being able to go back to Liberty City? Were you also excited about what other projects were originally going to get developed? Or were you just not as excited as a lot of people were? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to know what you guys have to say. I do want to apologize for how I was explaining the information that I was reading in the video. There was just so much information in regards to this situation that I wasn't able to properly digest, and on top of that, this was also done at the last minute, so I had to just skim through whatever was there and just pick out the most important pieces of info to share with y'all. So I do want to apologize for how I was explaining the info that I was telling y'all. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like on it, and if you enjoy this type of content, you're more than welcome to hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so you can be notified of when I have uploaded my newest video. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. It's been your boy Discreet, and I'll catch you in the next video.